What is up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Market Marauders. Beat the market one trade at a time. For you, the Market Marauders investment channel helps you find best deals in the market. That's something you're interested in. Make sure that subscribe button down below. All right, so let's jump into it. Without further ado, I'm going to be talking about election stocks. So if you're in the States, in the U.S., we do have an election coming up. It's going to be the 3rd of November, but we're still in talks. We still got a debate coming up next week. So let's go into some of the polls and see who is leading over whom. So if we look at this poll, we can see that President Biden is leading over President Trump. So that's based off of where it currently is at. So it says 54% for Democrats and 43% for Republicans. But what does this mean for you and investing, and how can you take advantage of either one of these presidents, how they will run once they win? So with that being said, let's jump into some stocks. First, I'm going to jump into proposed scenario on if Biden was to win. Now, I'm not telling you who to vote for. Just saying this would be stocks that I would personally look at if Biden was to win. Now, his campaign has talked about things like the Green New Deal, eco-friendly solutions, and the whole economic empowerment of green energy. So those are kind of the field that I'm going to be going in and going to be basis off of this. So the first one starting off, we're going to have Workhorse. So ticker sign WKHS. The time of this video, moving average 10 is $19.48. Moving average 50 is $21.39, and the moving average 100 is $22.54. Since the market is still open, they are currently at $19.35. So this is before there's still some after hours trading going on. So $19.35 is where this is at. On the channel, I like to do some background information on the stock and not just tell you, hey, look at this chart. This is what I believe in. So let's do that. First, we can see that they're on a bearish downtrend, which is denoted by this moving average 10 line being below the moving average 50 and the moving average 100, which is this purple and yellow line. So let's go into some background information on them. Let's see what's going on. So this is the company Workhorse. They have two lines of vehicles that they make, the C650 and the C1000. So they make electric vehicles, sort of like Tesla or other electric vehicle companies, but they kind of focus on the delivery side of electric vehicles. Now, one huge catalyst for this company that I think a lot of investors are looking for is they have a proposed deal in the works of partnering with USPS, which is the U.S. Postal Service. So if that deal goes through, company is most likely going to shoot through the roof stock-wise, but I don't think that deal has gone through yet, so it's still on pause at the current moment. But I definitely believe during a Biden administration that it will be in the forefront of discussion, especially considering that the post office will have to determine how they're going to spend their money. And with this deal already being on the table, maybe one of the things that they're going to start ramping up if that deal goes through. So going to the next one that we have on here that I'm going to look at, we're going to type in ticker sign TSLA, and that is for Tesla. So today Tesla had their earnings. Their earnings were pretty good. So let's jump into the stock and see how they are performing. So if you look at the Tesla today, their moving average 10 is $427.60. Moving average 50 is $433.43, and the moving average 100 is $441.70. They look like they're still going up to end at $436, but they're still going up. So depending on when you watch this video, that price will be different. So just bear that in mind. So going some background information on them. If you're not familiar with what Tesla is, they make electric vehicles. These are some of the vehicles that they make thus far. They have the Model S, the Model 3, the Model X, and the Model Y. They also do solar panels for solar charging of your home, so you can convert your home to all solar essentially, and use that grid to charge your car. But as far as cars are concerned, these are their top models they have out currently. Now, they do have a section for Class 8 vehicles, which are going to be your trucks, like 18-wheelers, things of that nature, which they are starting to focus on after their battery day that they announced. So, look forward to expansion of that division of the company, as well as more upgrades to the autonomous driving feature that they have. So definitely during a Biden campaign, I think that a Model S or a Model X will continue to grow in demand, especially if there are government incentives put back in place for having vehicles that are electric. So the next one I'm going to go over for a Biden campaign is going to be ticker sign FCEL, and that is for fuel cell energy. So we're going to add that to the list. So today, the moving average 10 is $2.18. Moving average 50 is $2.30. The moving average 100 is $2.38. They ended the day today, or where they're at currently, is $2.18. So they are in a bearish downtrend. If we see this red line, it's definitely below the moving average 50 and the moving average 100. So the moving average 10 line is below both of those metrics. So I would denote it as a bearish downtrend, but make sure you check it whenever you watch the video. So what I have this company on the list, they basically deal with fuel cells, converting companies or buildings to basically renewable energy. So this is the product that they sell. It's called the Sure Source product. So that's their trademark, Sure Source. Products from fuel cell deliver ultra clean, distributed power efficiency and economically. Power efficiently and economically. These fuel cell solutions provide distinct advantages over other forms of distributed power generation, including high efficiency, fuel flexibility, and virtually no pollution. So these are the different ones that they have that they market towards people. They have a Sure Source 1500, which is going to be 1.4 megawatts. They got the Sure Source 3000, which is 2.8 megawatts. The Sure Source 4000, which is 3.7 megawatts. So these are their main fuel cell technology or power stations, you could say, that they make. So very interesting technology, and I do see a lot of companies switching to this so that they can become carbon neutral. A lot of companies like we could say like Apple or things of that nature, are doing things to mitigate their carbon footprint. I know one of the things that Apple did recently was they took out the charger or the charge box out of the case, as well as the headphones, so that they can save, make smaller boxes so they didn't have to make bigger boxes and help save the environment. So I think companies, are going to do that when it comes to power as well. So going to the next stock that we have on the list, it's going to be ticker sign PLUG, and that is for Plug Power. So let's add them to the list. Their moving average 10 is $15.06. Moving average 50 is $16.14. And the moving average 100 is $16.69. They ended the week, or they ended the day currently at $15 even. So that's denoted by this green line right here. So make sure you check it when you look at the video to see where the stock is currently at. It's currently on a bullish downtrend at the moment, denoted by this moving average 10 line being below both those metrics. But let's go to some background information on them. So it says building the clean hydrogen economy. So they're basically on the similar path to fuel cell energy, but they do it with their own technology. So they're really focused on the hydrogen aspect of it, which hydrogen kind of grew in popularity with the birth of Nikola Motors. Nikola Motors kind of was gung-ho about building an infrastructure for hydrogen, but Plug Power kind of already has an infrastructure and customers to help reduce the CO2 emissions globally. So definitely keep your eye out on this company. I think there'll be more growth from them, especially if their government incentives to have hydrogen over other forms of energy. So going to the next one for Biden, we're going to say it's ticker sign NIO, and that is for NIO Incorporated. Now NIO is another EV, which is an electric vehicle manufacturer. Definitely want to keep on your watch list. They definitely had a recent spike, giving out their delivery numbers for the company. So make sure you check that out on one of their press releases. So going in here, we can see that they are still bearish, but barely. The moving average 50 line, moving average 50 line is above the moving average 10 line. So I would say they're still bearish, even though some people will say that's bullish. The way that I look at the charts, I always look at the moving average 10 compared to the 50 and the 100 to determine if something is bearish or bullish. Even if, they had a run up, the moving average 50 ran up as well, which to me, they ran sideways after that. But their moving average 10 is $27.82. Moving average 50 is $27.96. And their moving average 100 is $26.33. So they're ending the day at $27.96. So pretty good metric as far as that's concerned. And hopefully they'll be able to push through and become bullish because they're right on the line. $27.96, where it's currently ending, is the moving average 50. So maybe tomorrow they'll open up and be bullish. So make sure you check it when it opens back up. So going into some background information on NIO, they are a Chinese manufacturing company that makes EVs. So they're based in China. As you know, Tesla does have a factory in China, but this company, is Chinese made, Chinese based. So these are some of the vehicles that they make. The NIO EC6, they have the NIO ES8, the NIO ES6, and then this is just the power portion, and then the housing portion. So very interesting company. They have a battery service where you can switch out the battery. So essentially you'll take the battery out and you can switch out the battery instead of, it's pretty seamless. They also have a self-driving portion as well that they've developed. To me, I think the Tesla one is the best one, but the NIO company is not that far behind, in my personal opinion. So going into the last one for the Biden administration, I think ticker sign BABA would be a good choice, and that is for Alibaba. So if you're not familiar with Alibaba it basically is the Chinese version of Amazon. So you can buy just about anything from their website. They sell literally just about everything. But, since it's coming from China, shipping will take a little bit longer than from Amazon. So people may prefer Amazon over Alibaba, but they're essentially the same thing. Just that Alibaba is based in China and Amazon is based in the U.S. So looking at their moving average 10, it's $309.16. Moving average 50 is $308.98, and the moving average 100 is $306.91. They are bullish, denoted by this moving average 10 line being right next to the moving average 50 and moving average 100. So we'll see, after this video how it actually performs and to see if they can bounce off of that resistance line. That's the moving average 50, but hopefully they do. Because I think this is a pretty good company. So going to some background information on them. This is basically the website. If you look at it, the layout is very similar to that of Amazon. And I mean, you can see all types of stuff on here that they sell. Women's clothes, men's clothes, lights, you name it, it basically is on here. So, very interesting company. And I say definitely, if you don't buy anything, just go check out the website and see how it compares to Amazon. So going into the Trump stocks. So these are stocks that I believe that will benefit from Trump being reelected as president. So these are stocks that, I think performed well during Trump's administration and will continue to perform even after Trump gets reelected, if he gets reelected. So let's go into the first one. We're going to say a ticker sign BAC, and that is for Bank of America. So going into Bank of America, we can see that their moving average 10 is $24.14, moving average 50 is $24.16, and the moving average 100 is $24.35. They're ending the day at $24.08. So pretty good metric as far as that's concerned. They went above this moving average 50 line, it seems like, but kind of dipped back down below it. Overall, would still call the stock bearish at the current moment and just waiting for some more volume to come back up. If we see they went up and tested or tried to test this 24 level for the moving average 100, but seems to be a resistance line right here that they can't get past. So it fell back down and went sideways after that. So let's jump to some background information on them. Just going to read the highlights of their press releases. Not going to dive into the company. But just as Bank of America announces $22.1 million investment in 2020, neighborhood builders and neighborhood champions in support of local organizations. Bank of America issues 2020 Human Capital Management Report. They report their third quarter 2020 financial results and declared preferred stock dividends. So they do pay dividends, which is a great way to build your account. If you're not familiar with what dividends are, basically is money that the company gives you in order to just hold the stock. So you buy the stock, you own a share, and then the company pays you an allotted amount that they declare for holding that stock. So a benefit for having a Bank of America in your account, you will get a dividend. So going to the next one that I think will be beneficial is ticker sign JPM, and that is for JP Morgan. So their moving average 10 is $100.19, moving average 50 is $100.84, and moving average 100 is $101.04. So going into where they're at 99.40 at the time of this video. So let's jump into some background information on them. They are bearish at the current moment, denoting that they're going down, and that may also be because of the percentage of where people are at the polls. So once more updates come out in the polls, I think these stocks will change to reflect that value. Sometimes the market prices in who they believe is going to be president, but if we look at all these and all these sectors, I don't think it's priced in at all. I think there's still some uncertainty, in my personal opinion, on whom the market believes will be elected. So maybe that's going to be cleared up by the next debate. Maybe it's not. We'll see as time goes on. So going to some background information on JPM, just going to read the press release sections as well, like I did with Bank of America. So JP Morgan Chase declares preferred stock dividend. They commit $30 billion to advance race equality. JP Morgan Chase adopts Paris aligned financing commitment. They host the third quarter 2020 earnings. So, if you want to go to their press releases and look at their earnings. Earnings are a very good metric to see how the company is performing or how they performed overall, to see if it's a good, sound investment. So, JP Morgan Chase present at B of A Securities Future and Financials Virtual Conference 2020. JP Morgan Chase to present at Bank Analysis Association Boston conference. So pretty interesting things going on with the company. Seems like they continue to grow, and they do have a dividend as well. So just like Bank of America, you will get money for holding a share of the stock. So if you're interested in that, go look into that on their press releases. So the next one that I think will benefit from another Trump election, or if Trump gets reelected, is ticker sign AMZN, and that is for Amazon. So Amazon has been on a crazy rip upwards since the pandemic. So if we see, during the pandemic, they went just skyrocketed. They've kind of deflated some since then, but the holiday season is coming up, so you got to bear that in mind, that they may have potential to run back up after the holiday season is completed. So their moving average 10 is $3,184.67. Moving average 50 is $3,244.16. And the moving average 100 is $3,321.29. They're ending the day at $3,188.49, but still overall bearish, denoted by this moving average 10 line being below both of these metrics. Now this stock does fluctuate quite a bit, sometimes hundreds of dollars a day. So for it to be bearish, just this little amount, is not really concerning to me, in my opinion. So going to some press releases from them. Amazon donates millions of items to more than 1,000 charities worldwide for the holiday season. They announced 2 new fulfillment centers in Kansas. Shop Now, Save Now holiday deals or holiday dash event starts with Black Friday worthy deals dropping today. So that's on the 16th. Amazon.com webcast of 2020 financial results. Amazon Prime Day 2020 marked two biggest days ever for small and medium business and Amazon stores worldwide. So a lot of good things coming out of the company. And if you see, they have two new fulfillment centers being open in Kansas. So the company as a whole is growing. Financially, I think they're growing, and they're gearing up for the holiday season. So they understand that even though we're in a pandemic, people are going to still going to buy holiday gifts. There are a lot of new items out there that they have already displayed. People took advantage of Prime Day. So people aren't, not buying things for Christmas or not celebrating the holidays. So I think a stock like them will continue to grow, especially under a Trump administration, considering that the majority of it is like American small businesses that are selling items through Amazon. So, opposed to an Alibaba, which I think a Biden administration would embrace more. I think an Amazon, since it's an American company, would be embraced more by a Trump administration. So next, we'll go to next one on the list, ticker sign XOM, and that is for ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil is an oil company, and I think that they will benefit from a Trump administration, especially considering Trump is big on fracking, as well as not joining the Paris Accord, which kind of hurt ExxonMobil during the Obama administration, which Vice President Biden was a part of. Now, Biden has said that he will join the Paris Accord once again, which will directly reflect a lower value for this stock, in my personal opinion. So going into their moving average 10, we have $33.36. Their moving average 50 is $33.80. Moving average 100 is $34.06, and they're ending today at $33.26. So not too bad of a metric. They are bearish, denoted by the moving average 10. Being below both of these metrics, and it looked like it tried to test this moving average 100 line, but it was not able to break past it. So we'll see how it goes as time goes on. Going into some press releases from them, ExxonMobil statement regarding inaccurate Bloomberg news story. So apparently Bloomberg, which is a pretty reputable source, said something that was inaccurate, and they called them out on it. ExxonMobil plans reduction to European staffing levels. Randall Ebner to retire as general counsel for ExxonMobil Corporation. Craig Morford elected as general counsel and corporate vice president. ExxonMobil to proceed with Payara development offshore in Guyana. So a lot of things going on with the company. It seems like, they were definitely affected by the pandemic, as well as, uncertainty of a new administration. But I think, the company is a strong company. They've been around for quite a long time. I do not see gas going away anytime soon, or oil of that nature. So, electric cars and electricity in general has quite a way to go, as far as, converting other things to planes, ships, other things that use oil. I think oil is still going to be used, so I don't see this company going away anytime soon. I only see them being helped by a Trump administration. They may, not benefit as much from a Biden administration, but as for the company going away as a whole, I do not see that happening. So next, we're going to go into another one for Trump administration, and that is ticker sign TWTR, and that is for Twitter. For obvious reasons, I'm putting them on the list, and that is because Trump has basically made Twitter popular, in my personal opinion. I think he has, because he tweets so much stuff out there, and he's always on Twitter, and his tweets definitely, help move the market and help propel things forward. I know during the pandemic, when he had gotten sick, his tweets definitely helped, reassure some of the American people that were concerned about, his condition. So Twitter has been his, second line of communication, and I definitely think if he continues or is reelected, that he will continue to use, Twitter for his line of communication. So, with that being said, Twitter's moving average 10 is $50.09. Moving average 50 is $46.96, and the moving average 100 is $46.78. They're ending today at $50.39. If we look at them where they are today, VWAP definitely took off quite a bit, and they are on a pretty significant bullish uptrend, denoted by this moving average 10 line going up and VWAP shooting up as well. We can see that they're well above both these metrics for the moving average 50 and moving average 100, so are bullish at the time of this video. Going to some background information on them, we can see that just going to read over their second quarter 2020 results. They reported a 34% increase year over year, growth in mobilization and daily active usage, so MDAU, and total revenue of $683 million. So the increase of users and the increase of revenue, to me, I think was in help partially to the amount of people who are on, especially people checking, political figures, response to the president and other politicians. Social media is definitely taking over, the world, and I think, a guy like Jack Dorsey, who's their CEO, realizes that and is allowing people to use his platform to, tell their story essentially, or their side of the story for campaigning purposes as well as, political purposes. I think, Jack Dorsey gets a bad rap for, allowing certain things to be posted and others not to, but I think he has good intentions in my personal opinion, and I like what he has done with the company as a whole. So going into the last one on here, we're going to say is ticker sign WMT, and that is for Walmart. So Walmart's the last one on here that I think will benefit from a potential President Trump re-election. Their moving average 10 is $144.78. Moving average 50 is $144.62, and the moving average 100 is $144.75. So if we look where they're at today, they are bullish, barely, denoted by this moving average 10 line, barely being above the moving average 50 and 100. So yeah, I would say that they are bullish. They're ending the day at $144.40, which is actually not. So they are bearish because the moving average 100 is $144.75, and they're ending the day at $144.40. So barely bearish. So very close. So I would say double check that at the time that you watch this video. So going into some background information on them, Walmart is increasing their delivery services. They're increasing their cleaning around the store. I know the Walmart in my local area saw no lapse in people coming out. They did, have weird regulations where they closed one side of the store for entrance-wise and just funneled everybody to one side. It was kind of annoying at, one part in time because everyone was going to just one side of the store to walk all the way to the other side of the store. So it was kind of inconvenience for that purpose. They did mandate masks at the Walmart that I was at, but they kind of stopped some of those regulations. So it's kind of been back to normal for the most part. But as far as the whole pandemic thing was concerned, Walmart just changed their hours. They didn't really shut down completely, so they were able to get all of that business from the pandemic, people panicking, trying to go out and buy toilet paper or, stocking up on certain items. Walmart definitely was able to take advantage of those situations. So I think Walmart is continuing to be a strong company, overall, but I think during the Trump administration, they will continue to show strong results because they were able to benefit from this pandemic. So that's my list of all the different stocks. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Definitely helps the YouTube algorithm promote the video. It helps other people to find it as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Good luck trading out there, and hope you all are able to lock in profits. Peace.